Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Welcome Geeky. We're a slight little bit late getting started here. A couple of things I forgot to set up. So I was quickly sorting that out. So we're here, we're back at Interlagos, back in the GT3 class. We've already done a race with this car and track combination not too long ago. Was at the end of last year. We did a 90-minute race, but now we have a 60-minute race. Of the key differences, we should get this switched over. Welcome, welcome. Give me a sec. One of the differences is we have double tyre wear. So much like our first race at Fuji, the tyres will be wearing it twice, as they have done in every other race we've taken part in. But fuel is normal, so fuel won't be very restrictive this race. The tyres are going to be a bigger concern. But as we know with LMU, there's different strategies. As we've seen last time we were here at Interlagos in GT3's that 9-minute race, we've seen the front tyres have a lot more tyre wear than the rears. That opens up different strategies. Might be trying something a little bit different here. I'm curious to see what everyone will go for. I imagine some people will change all 4 tyres. Maybe some people will try and not change tyres. But maybe some people will try and change only 2. And when people pit, because the fuel usage isn't doubled, you can do a lot of the race on fuel. Like a full race stint for me is only got to be like 63%. I do want to get out for qualifying though. We're already a minute and a half into qualifying, as I said. Little bit, pardon me, little bit late starting. So let us, let's start driving. We have a private qualifying session. It's been a while since we've had one, so we're not too concerned about anyone else on the track. We have it all to ourselves. Just gotta make sure we get out of pit lane without hitting the walls, which is actually very easily done on cold tyres. There we go. Being a little bit cautious. And we're now out onto the track. And we have about 8 laps of fuel. Does the actual... Oh yeah, the actual relative does work. I already noticed a difference there. One person not showing up on the relative properly, which is always great. Yeah, just taking it a little easy on the outlap. Tires are still cold. We don't want to push them too hard. We don't want to scrub them. Wear them out more than we need to, because of course with double tire wear, the tires will be pretty quick to wear out. We're going to go past the peak of the tire much quicker than we would without on realistic tyre wear. Alright, seeing the first laps come in from those that got out right as the session started. 20-minute session gives us plenty of time to get a good few laps in. We'll probably get a second stint in as well. Probably should have only have put 6 laps of fuel in. And so we're running up to start our first push lap. Tyre's still not in the optimal range. It'll take another couple of laps for them to get there. So 2.6 seconds off on a lap that wasn't a push lap, was sort of a comfort lap. Just continuing to build tyre temperature. As you can see, we're already about half a second up as we head up the hill towards turn 6. Through the technical middle sector. Left 3 here, just to try not to scrub the tyre too much. Tyre scrub does lose you momentum on this game. And we're 1.5 seconds up. Coming up to the line. Be sure to take a shorter distance. Bring ourselves back over to the racing line as we start another lap. Tyre's a little more up to temperature, and with that we're 2 tenths up through the first sector. Be a little bit braver through turn 4. I guess nearly 4 tenths up. Sliding a little bit wide through turn 7. A little bit wide there. That's going to lose me a tenth or 2 on the run up to hill. We're currently in P10. Still going to gain about 3 tenths here. But yeah, we probably dropped a tenth and a half, 2 tenths there. Get ourselves up to P8. And a bit deep, didn't get the front end. It turned into T1. And instead of being 4/10 up, we're now 4/10 down. We're probably getting a little past the peak of the tyres. So we've already got 10% tyre wear, or 11% on the front tyres. A little deep into turn 8. Rear end tries to come round as we put the power down. Yeah, I think it's time to come in for a second stint. Go practice a pit entry while we can. We did mess this up in that 90-minute race. And yeah, why not try a box entry too? It'll not take too much time. So yeah, you can see in the top left we're currently sitting in P8. Also, one thing I found out with LMU, even if you miss your pit box, it doesn't delay the start of the pit stop, which is very nice. That means you don't have to get too concerned about, oh, are you perfect on the box? I mean, it's a nice little challenge on ACC, I must admit. I sort of do like the challenge. But it's nice to know if you see the car, being reset a long way, it's nice to know, oh, you're not actually losing time. Got a couple of cars within a 10th in front of us. Let's see if we can try and get P6. Evening, Kevin. Good to see you. Hope you've been having a good start to your year. Getting careful on the cold tires. I'll be honest, trying to read text on my 4K monitor isn't the easiest. A few things I need to scale up. Apparently I haven't scaled up the chat enough because I didn't even notice you misspelled evening. It's like, oh yeah, that looks perfectly fine. Yeah, that's just good evening. Wait, you misspelled that? Is there an R in there? I can honestly barely see it. Well, again, let's get the tires up to temperature. To try the game again. I mean, if you've already bought the game, it's not like I'm earning the money, so I don't think I'd begin very far with that. But yeah, I'm having fun with this game. I know quite a few people are. It's certainly not perfect again, it has its bugs. That doesn't mean it isn't fun. For the only reasons you can't say you tried the game back in the day. I mean, it'd be nice to have an affiliate link. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Not a great start to this lap. A 10th down coming through turn 5. Heading up to turn 6 and 7. Got the car turned in there much better than I was expecting to. Got the better exit there, but we were sort of 2 tenths down coming into effectively the final corner, so I don't think this is quite going to be an improvement. There we go, missed out by about a quarter of a tenth. We're going to be about even on the delta as we get to the end of Sector 1. Finding a little bit of time through turn 4. Making up time this time. Quarter of a second. 3 tenths. Gonna be about 3.5 tenths by the time we get to the line. That should get us back into the top 10, up to P6. Instantly drop down to P7. Time for a couple more laps, but we're going to be able to improve. You wish you could use Scotty's promo code? I appreciate that. Maybe one day in the future. Yeah, I was in the... Oh, and next lap? That's harsh. Might as well practice pit entry then, if the next lap won't count. That's a bit harsh though, considering that's before the final corner. Just about got down to the pit speed limit there. One plate a little bit safer than that. One of the nice things is you can pause during the pit stop animation, return to the pits instead of having to wait for it to play out. It's always an annoying thing in ACC when you come in, yeah, practice pit stop, but you've accidentally left change tires on and you've got to wait 30 seconds before you can actually hit return to garage. But yeah, let's see, we're currently P7. Just under a tenth away, or just over a tenth away, sorry, from P6. P5 is right there too. Just under 2 tenths to P4 as well. Gonna be very close there for outside the podium. Very close between P2 and P3. And we're not far followed by 8th, 9th, and 10th, and 11th. They're all kind of close, so gonna be quite a battle here from 4th to 11th, I imagine, come the race. Hopefully it'll be clean. Welcome, Vala. Good to see you. You don't have much free time until June, so if the game still has some good leagues with AC Uvo and all, you might think about it. Yeah, I mean, we obviously don't know what the timeline is exactly for AC Evo. I mean, we know that the access release is coming in next week, I think. I need to double check what day that is, because I should probably do a stream trying first time playing it. But yeah, I imagine even unless AC Evo is outstanding, I can't see why 16th, what day is the 16th? Let me look at my calendar. 16th would be great. That's a Thursday, and well, I say it would be great. Thursday is usually the day I'm like, right, no sim racing on Thursday, day to myself, do something else, relax a bit, no stream. We're 15th, at least it'll be the 15th. I'm actually gonna have a wee look. Let me drag that off here. Store, I have on my wish list, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, AC Evo, 16th. 16th. So yeah. Yeah, I will probably end up doing a stream next Thursday then on that. Yeah. We're into the race now. Well, I want to about... let's go 19. Let's go aggressive. Let's go 19 liters of fuel, and we'll probably fill up to about that much. So yeah, that's our virtual energy. Fuel is calculated from that. There's a... If we go here, there's a fuel ratio. But yeah, that's meant to sort of balance the cars on their different fuel usages. So if a car's really efficient on fuel, it's not really gaining an advantage over cars that aren't efficient. Little bop thing. But yeah, could be a very interesting race here. We're in the mid-pack. 7th out of 22 cars. But yeah, from 4th to 11th, we were all within about... we were all in about, what, half a second of each other. So this is going to be a really close race, I imagine. Strategy will come into play with the double tire wear.
Formation lap has started.
Yep, everyone. Still not great at driving away with the clutch. As we come up to the line
Green flag, green
for
flag.
the start. And we're away. We get a better start than the Ferrari alongside us. As we get clamped down onto the apex. Go to the inside for turn 3 and we'll take P6. Ferrari trying to come back around the outside. Gotta leave them room. Try and chop them off on the inside. That's risky. Thankfully the Ferrari was quite respectful. Way too much curb there. Now, I haven't talked about my strategy yet. But I'm going to go for sort of an aggressive strategy of I'm going to try and make the rear tyres last to the end of the race. I'm not going to change the rear tyres. And instead just take front tyres and 60% fuel at the midpoint of the race and just sort of push flat out. Other people might decide to go more 40 minutes in the first half. To have a shorter pit stop on the virtual energy. Whereas I'm going to try and save the time on not taking 4 tyres. That saves about 78 seconds, I believe. As everyone has spread out a little bit, we've got yellow flag. I'm going to presume that's for someone behind us. Everyone's getting into a good rhythm here. My clutch, I've got both a pedal and paddles on the wheel. There. If you can clip that curb perfectly through turn 3, you can kind of ride it and it helps the car turn without scrubbing the tyres too much. Another yellow flag behind. The race nice and calm, very tame at the moment. Little bits of gaps between all the cars, but they're not opening up too much. We're getting a bit of a gap to the Ferrari behind. I think they're losing a bit of time fighting, trying to hold on to P7. Yeah, we're just running consistent laps at the moment. Look at that delta. 0.3035 up. That's good consistency. A little bit quicker than the car in front last lap, but only by like a tenth or so. Not even a tenth, sorry. Cars behind continuing to drop back a little bit as they fight each other. Hold each other up. Close up to Chevy here. I got on the grass a little bit there. Lost a little bit of time that I gained that lap. Oh, curb there. Change of position for behind. .75 I think is quite harsh there. I don't think I gained any time. Oh well. It's only a 60-minute race, so I don't think track limit warnings are going to be too worrisome. Looks like we have 6 points too, so that's a point every 10 minutes. A lot more generous than the sort of 2.25 points we had every hour at Le Mans last time. Just dropping a little bit of time to the Chevy in front last lap. I gotta be careful of turn 3 as well. I didn't think that'd give points, since you generally don't gain time from straddling the curb. If anything, the actual friction between the curb and the splitter slows the car down a fraction from what I've noticed on the Delta. Starting to struggle with understeering to that final left-hander. Chevy in front seems like they're getting a little more comfortable. has or found a 10th or 2 a lap. That's only about straddling the curb. Through turn 3. Oh, was that just outside? I thought it was just in there. Better be careful there, actually. Right behind. After they swapped positions, has been closing in. But the cars behind them are dropping back. Of course, we've seen a couple of yellow flags. So it looks like there's been an instant or two they've taken a couple of cars, so we thought might have been in contention, or might have had good pace here, have dropped them back. Probably going to be a half point. And we're only 12 minutes in, so I've got to try and clean that up. Of course, the second half of the race is going to be interesting. When we all have our different tire strategies, or different strategies in general, I should say. Of course, as our car is starting to understeer now, when we put on new front tires, it'll be the opposite. We'll probably be struggling a bit with oversteer, having to be careful with our driving style. So just noticed we're a little short on fuel. I'm trying to tell if the 8 laps means 8 laps completed, or if we're on lap 8. Oh no, this is lap 9, so 8 laps completed. Yeah, we're good on fuel to get to lap 19, which is our target. I mean, fuel's not much of an issue. I don't think I'd worry about saving fuel. I just sort of came into the pits 1 lap earlier than I initially intended if the fuel numbers weren't looking right. quarter of the way through the race now. Far behind is continuing to ever so slightly close that gap. It's just over a second at the moment. We're still just within a second of the Chevy in front. But we're certainly not putting the Chevy under any pressure. In fact, that fry behind is within a second now. Like at the time we were gaining through turn 3 just from straddling the curb there. Chevy in front, maybe a little distracted thinking about pit strategies. They veered towards the wall. Looks like we're stronger in the first sector than the fry behind us. Chevy quite wide here. That just allows us to close in a bit more. So I feel like we've closed in on the BMWs a little bit. Maybe they started fighting a bit. Slowed each other down. wide through turn 4. We've got a yellow flag for a car spun at turn 7, or 6 and 7 here. They've got going again. We're going to be getting into a little bit of traffic soon. Looks like things are getting awkward with the BMWs in front as they try and get past the traffic. A good lap this. 8/10 off our delta, and we've certainly dropped back a little bit from the Chevy in front, and the Ferrari is getting ever closer. That lapped BMW has absolutely held the Chevy up. Great. Yeah, I don't know what this BMW is doing. They're not obeying blue flags. Shame that to come across my nose there. They were driving very unpredictably. Let's give another quarter point. That's not too bad. I mean, the way ACC and LMU do track limits is different. You're an ACC, you either get a warning or you don't. Whereas in LMU, you can get different variants of points. And because of that, you know, it's hard to say when you would get a warning and when you wouldn't on ACC and LMU. You know, ACC, I would say, is maybe a little bit more forgiving in some places. But yeah, it's hard to directly compare the two. It doesn't look like there's any damage, which is good. I thought when we hit the BMW here that might have picked up a bit of front damage, because it was a bit of a clunk. Nah. One more lap, and then we're coming in. I mean, there's good evidence now that the front tires won't make it to the end of the race. We're 30 minutes in. And they're below 50%. I'm going to leave it at 60%. Right, we're filling back up to 60 liters. Ooh, I hope we don't get turned. There goes the BMW. Again, per exit. We're struggling with the clutch in this car. Not really getting it. Gotta be really careful with the cooled front tires again. And yeah, the rears are gonna be about 40%. Just under by the end of the race. Oh, that car was a lapped car. Quite a weird feeling in the car at the moment. The front end, in a way, has good grip because the tires are new. But in the same way, don't have great grip because the tires are cold. Really weird feeling in the car. Now the Ferrari that was directly in front of us is in the pits right now. They probably have a little bit less energy to take on board, but they might have it be changing all 4 tires. And yes, we will get past them here in the pits. Or that might actually be them there in the pit exit. Yeah, that's them in the pit exit. And we are out in front of them. There's BMW in front of us that we've closed in on. It's actually got less through because they're obviously on cool tires, struggling. Rear end is definitely slidey on these old tires. More cars are in the pits. BMW's gone for a sand. Tried to hold it around the outside, but I think they've just got enough temperature in their tires, and having taken 4 new tires, they have the balance to hang me out around the outside. Right, so I don't know how many of the top 3 still have to pit. There's another Ferrari in the pits. Doesn't look like we're catching them though. Don't think I've seen the Chevy into the pits though. There's the Ferrari that just came out of the pits, but I think that Ferrari was already a few positions in front of us. There's a car spun. That was a dodgy rejoin. Looks like we'll be setting a new personal best here. Ferrari spun. I didn't quite see if there was contact in there. Either way, they've spun, as we've got this BMW coming out of the pits again. Hopefully they'll let us through here. That is a little awkward, but we've certainly seen worse this race. 30.48 from one of the cars, from the BMW in third. Fastest lap of the race. That's quite the quick lap to set in the race. Yeah, the front 2 definitely haven't pitted with where they are on track. They're at the end of sector 1. That is so far ahead that they have got to... They've definitely not taken their pit stops yet. And it'll be a question of, do they save enough time in the pit stops with taking less fuel? To offset the time that they're losing now on worn tyres. I mean, we're currently in P5, which is a net positive of 2 places from where we were before we pitted. And we may still have 1 to gain potentially, but we could lose 1 to the BMW behind. They were in front of us before the pit stops, so they could have more pace than us. I wouldn't be surprised if they closed us down and got past us. Especially if they do have 4 new tyres. BMW's got that as 3, which is very generous. It seems like they were holding on pace-wise. Especially when you consider that they were still on colder tyres, having just come out of the pits. Chevy's in. Oh, they're already on pit exit. They'll of course have a couple of laps with cold tyres. You can see the BMW closing up to them. But once they get those tyres up to temperature in a couple of laps' time, I don't think we'll be catching them. The BMW looking for a move in turn 8, but wasn't quite close enough. Looking again through turn 11. We haven't lost too much time at this point between the two strategies. Most of the gap that we have between us and the Chevy was caused by the BMW that we had to lap. Seems like that Chevy's getting up to pace now. BMW is still right on its tail, but you know, you look at our tyres and they're nearly 25% worn on the fronts. You know, the BMW probably has 20% themselves. That's just going to be costing them a little bit of pace. It's going to make it harder for the BMW to pass. Still got about a 3-second gap to the BMW behind. That BMW behind set a personal best of a 36.0. by 3.5 tenths quicker than my last lap. This track is getting very clouded towards the end of this race. There isn't any rain to be expected as far as I'm aware. A little bit deep there into turn 8. Though that BMW also ran at 36.0. Yeah, you can see the Chevy has got some pace now with the new tyres. We've just got to try and not let the BMW behind us catch up. Within the final 12 minutes of the race here. I think we're about a tenth quicker this lap than we were last lap. Let's see as we come up to the line. Two tenths quicker even. That's sort of just what we need to try and hold on to P5. And in fact, we were 2.5 tenths, quicker than the BMW behind last lap. So it looks like we will be able to hold on to P5 here. Bit wide there, that's cost us a bit of time. But that BMW's on a great lap this lap. I mean, I've also lost a little bit more time than I did last lap. But BMW's closed in like nearly a second. Yeah, 35.8. Which is really good pace in this part of the race. Maybe I haven't got this position sorted for now. Hasn't been a great start to this lap. got more lapped cars in front of us. Hopefully they aren't as problematic as the first BMW was that we lapped. The sky's just continuing to get darker and darker. Six minutes to go, 1.5 seconds to the car behind. Ferrari lets us through, which is nice. And the BMW that was lapped in behind us has let the chasing BMW through, which is absolutely the right thing to do. We've got a battle like this. And the Ferrari has also let the BMW through. Not just the one lapping them, but also for position between 13th and 14th. And now there's no other cars in between us and the BMW. We're going to be fending off for P5 here. Sun has come back out to shine some light on the final few laps of this race. Gap is only a second now. Not sure if we're going to have 2 or 3 more laps. her first couple of corners. BMW closing up so much in that middle sector. Both of us struggling for traction. This has been a very poor lap for myself. I didn't see when the leaders crossed the line, so oh, they say this is the final lap. We cannot afford to make any mistakes. That's a very weird situation to come up on. BMW behind made a little mistake. One of the cars that was in front of us for position got involved in that crash. And as such, we're up to P4 now. Time has ran out. Leaders have definitely finished as they pull up to stop. Yeah, there's the finish in the top left. And with that, we'll cross the line for P4. Not the most enjoyable races. I imagine they had damage and they were just pushing a little bit too hard, and you know the damage caused them to spin and lose control. So yeah, there we go. Not the most entertaining of races by any means, it must be said. Barely any wheel-to-wheel racing in that. Was mostly a strategy game, and even then, to be honest, the strategy game wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be. But it was still interesting. You know, we had the BMW trying to come back there at the end. We have the Chevy going long. Looks like the Chevy strategy worked out quite well. And yeah, there's bottom end of the results. 4 cars not finishing. Is replay available? Yeah, it will be. Oh, blimey, I've just seen it. 600ths for the lead. We'll have to watch that final lap back. nice drink of tea. Pardon me. So yeah, best Ferrari. Of course, that Ferrari that spun sort of give us a free position. Yeah, let's go and see the replay. We'll double check how that Ferrari spun. We'll have a look, see what happened. Well, yeah, we'll see what happened then on the final lap. Not only between the cars direct, bit closer in front of us, but those up in the lead. Replay, load replay. As we wait for this to load here. So just wait for the replay to load. I find the loading times on LMU are maybe a little bit longer than like ACC for equivalent. So let us see here. We're looking for it by halfway through, aren't we? Here's us in the pit box. You can see here that it doesn't even line the cars up sort of correctly with the pit boxes when it adjusts them, which is a good thing that for the not counting the sort of movement time. And there's me just really struggling, probably losing half a second to a second there, just with the pull away. But yeah, the spin was not far in front of us. That does happen with replay sometimes. No, I haven't happened yet. Is the Ferrari here? Nope. Ferrari here, yeah. And I believe this way. Ferrari just lost the rear end all by themselves. I mean, if you were watching the 90 minutes race, you'll see, at the start of practice, I was struggling with the rear end through some of the corners. That wasn't with the Ferrari, that was with the McLaren. But yeah, if the Ferrari ran the same strategy that I did, where they didn't take new tires, that seems to be post race. Is this this looks like the lap? Let's see. The McLaren isn't for position. They are a lapped car. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So Dean's, as you can see here, Dean Smith isn't traveling straight down the track. They're traveling to the right. Whereas then, if we go on board here with the McLaren is sort of is traveling to the left ever so slightly. Thus, gets clipped by the BMW, loses rear of their car. That is so unfortunate for the BMW. I mean, let's just go on board. This is the BMW's view here. McLaren gets tagged, boom, instantly into the wall. And so yeah, we'll just watch on board. And as you see, as the BMW turns in, yeah, the car's not going to turn in. There is so much front right damage to that. You can see the blue lights coming up on the dash to say, yeah, your front right isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. But they are still pushing. I mean, it's the final lap in a way. You don't want to lose too much time. There goes the rear end of the car because your car is just all out of whack. Fair play to I don't know if they have auto clutch on, but if they don't have auto clutch on, they did a really good job not letting the car stall there. Let's take it back a little bit. Let's have a look at our two leaders. This is the final lap here. Very well. Keep that on. So just keep the inputs on. So this is the second place McLaren trying to chase down the leading BMW. Not sure what the strategies were for these top two cars. But definitely looks like the McLaren has the pace advantage at this point. They've closed up, they're on the back of the BMW. But of course time is running out, they're not quite close enough to go for a look here. Very difficult corner to make a move there, of course. We've seen how it ended in F1 2019. Lewis Hamilton, Alex Albon. Both drivers pushing the track limits through turn 12. McLaren taking a bit of a cut there, using all of the curb on the exit to try and get the best exit they can, which is pretty much all they can do. They just weren't quite close enough. A flash of the headlights, they know at this point they've probably not got the win. The slipstream run to the line. Had that race gone on for one more lap, that McLaren wins the race. But here they fall 600ths short. Yeah, good battle between the two of them. But yeah, one more lap, that McLaren for certain had the BMW down the inside or around the outside. It just looked like they had more grip than what the BMW had then. So that is going to be our LMU race for today. We'll be back with more LMU, Le Mans Ultimate, not just tomorrow, not just Sunday, but for the next 3 days. Tomorrow's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday coming up. We will be having a 1 hour race at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps with hypercars. Tomorrow, that will be starting at about 9:30. So that stream will be starting about the same time as it is currently, so in about 24 hours. Then a bit earlier, sort of in the afternoon, I think about shortly before 2 o'clock GMT, we'll be going live for a 2.4 hour race at Le Mans. This time in the hypercar class again, so we have 2 hypercar races back to back. Those are my first 2 hypercar races, so going to be quite a learning experience. We know how difficult Le Mans can be from when we ran it in the LMP2 last week for the 3 hour. So it'll be interesting to see how we fare with the 2.4 hour here. in the hypercar class. And then we go back to the LMP2 car for a 45-minute race around Imola for our first weekly series on LMU, where we'll be racing for the next next 5 weeks. We'll be taking on the LMP2s for 45-minute races around Imola, then Portimao, Fuji, and Monza. Sorry, only 4 weeks, that one. I thought it was 5. Oops. Yeah, next 4 weeks then. I should probably correct that description. And then we'll be back Wednesday and Sunday for the remainder of that week, and maybe Thursday as well for the AC Evo launch to try that out. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's sort of our racing calendar for this weekend and next week. But as well as tomorrow, as some of you may know, the community that we're racing in, oNiD, for tonight, oNiD Community Racing, they have the first round of their ACC Endurance Championship tomorrow, and I'm going to have the pleasure of commentating on the entire race tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be on the oNiD Community Racing or oNiD Racing Twitch channel tomorrow. From about 3:30, I think that starts. I need to just double check. But yeah, we have a 4-hour race around the Red Bull Ring to kick off their endurance season. So that should be good fun. And yeah, that's going to be a 5-round series for the first half this year. But yeah, if you're interested, it'd be nice to see some of you there. If not, I don't care. It's not my stream, so I'm just commentating on it. So yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to Art of Rally now. We'll get the daily and weekly event done. We'll just get all done today. We last ran this probably last Saturday, but we can't go back to Saturday, so can't see the result from the last time we ran. Today we have a Group 2 run through Sardinia for a 6-kilometer stage in the fog. A nice gravel stage. I also just realised there's no sound, so just give me a sec. Yeah, I can link that. Just give me 1 second. Yes, oNiD Racing. Yeah, so that's the Twitch channel. I do some additional commentary on. If you're interested. Now, let me fix this sound issue. There we go. And now we can get back to this. Let me just close that. Right, so 6-kilometer stage, Group 2 car. No. This reminds me of a Lotus Elan. But I don't really remember the Lotus Elan going rallying, so I'm probably just getting, like, probably something I'm not remembering that well. And no, I definitely didn't forget what the downshift button was. If you didn't see, we were playing hashtag Drive Rally on Wednesday on stream. I was giving my impressions on that, which is sort of a bit of a similar rally game to Art of Rally, being arcade style. Even has a top-down camera like Art of Rally is one of its options. It's also got first person and your more regular chase cam. But yeah, if you want to, if you do like sort of arcade rally, I do recommend checking out #DriveRally. It's an interesting game. It's still on. No, the sale would have run out actually a few hours ago. But yeah, we tried out the championships mode that it has. Even if it didn't feel like we were really doing many championships. But yeah, welcome Corey, good to see you. Has been a little while, but good to have you back. I think this is Lancia Fulvia. That's sort of what was my initial thought, but I don't know the body shape. Maybe I'm just misremembering what the Fulvia looks like. But I feel like the cabin looks like too short. Final corner there. Like I struggled with that a bit. Didn't feel really great. Yeah, that's slow. 71st. 15 seconds off the pace. Not too surprised by that because it didn't feel quick. It certainly didn't feel quick. Yeah, I feel like I definitely struggled with the car there. But yeah, we'll move on. Front wheel drive too, I'm pretty sure, which yeah was definitely good. Didn't help that I was getting confused because as I said with Drive Rally yesterday, I mapped A and B to gear shift up and down. So I was pressing B there to downshift, but B's handbrake in Art of Rally. So it's hitting the handbrake instead of going down a gear when I needed to. So yeah, we're here for now the weekly event. We finished last week's in 27th, top 4%. That's pretty good going. Let's see if we can match this. Still at Sardinia, as we were with the daily event. This time in a much faster Group B car. Something much more my style. So yeah, let's see what Group B car we have here. I remember this car. No, it's not. Ford S? Ford RS200, that's what it is. I know it was a Ford, but it's like, it's not a Ford Escort, but it's definitely a Ford. So yeah, thank you, Cora. You're no massive nerd, but you're a massive nerd. I mean, it's very nice to nerd out about things that you enjoy and you're really interested in. Gotta be quite careful over the jump there because I could see this right-hander just beyond it. And I was like, I don't want to fly off there. We know how sketchy the landings can be sometimes when you go full speed over them. Maybe we'll see here. Okay, the landing was really good, but that left-hander nearly caught me out. Lots of crests here at Sardinia. That wasn't good. Didn't mean to downshift there. Don't know why I did. But the RS200 feeling very nice to drive. Very well balanced. Even if I haven't been utilising its full potential with a couple of mistakes. There's finish of the first stage, 2 minutes and 31.3 seconds. Puts us 50th. Not too surprised by that. It wasn't a great stage, but I definitely feel like it can do a bit better. Into the second stage, 10.9 kilometers, a little bit longer now again, but this time in the fog. A little bit too tight on the inside there. That corner tightened up. I thought I just slowed it down enough and thought, you know what, let's just wing it and pin the throttle. Just clipped the rock. Didn't lose too much time from it, but hopefully the car isn't too damaged from that. It turned in too early there. Well, the car's definitely damaged now. Thankfully, we'll have a service at the end of this stage, but there's still quite a way to go in the stage. I think the car is pulling ever so slightly to one side, but it is ever so slightly. Had to slightly turn out of one of the corners there because I thought I was going to hit the inside fence. Certainly came close there. Didn't quite get that square right hooked up. Not get carried away with two wheels on the grass. 345.4. That's going to drop us down to 78th. Yeah, not a great stage, that one. A couple of mistakes. Bit of a shorter 6 kilometer stage here now, which isn't ideal because we're going to be wanting to make up time. Only radiator damage. That does surprise me. And cleaning the car as always. You love watching me slide around the RS200. I'm glad you do because it's a lot of fun to slide cars around like this. It's really enjoyable, especially when it handles so well. It just makes it so easy. Nearly hit the house. This is the same stage that we had for the daily event, I'm pretty sure. Ah, I tried to be cheeky and cut the corner there, but game wasn't having it. Which is annoying. Rear end slid about a bit too much there. I could have cut like one for the later right-handers there, but I was like, let's not risk it. After one cutting penalty is probably enough here. That was a bit hard into that right-hander. That was a bit messy. Just about got the car across the finish. Hit the gantry, but hopefully the doesn't do any damage. Down to 107th now. Yeah, I suppose we lost time. 5.9 kilometers, so another shorter stage. Let's see if we can get ourselves back into the top 100. Messy start here. Hit the hay bale. Just turned in too soon. Too far away from the finish now. Final corner, 2-minute 42.9 for the final stage. Does get us back up to 90th, top 20%. Ooh, just getting in front of 91st by 19 thousandths of a second. Um, but yeah, that is going to be it for Art of Rally. It is just by 10 o'clock now. That's good timing there, if I do say so myself. Yeah, a little bit disappointing there. A few mistakes with the Art of Rally, but yeah, happens sometimes. It just goes that way. Um, but yeah, that is going to be that's going to be it for today's stream. Also, Cora, I wouldn't worry too much about what some of the filming crews say. Sometimes they say a load of bullshit. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it or take it to heart that much. Um, a lot of times, sort of frustrations can just build among them and pile up, and yeah, and then things get exaggerated. At least from my experience. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, that is going to be it for uh, today's stream. As I mentioned, we'll be back tomorrow, starting by similar time. Well, in about 23 and a half hours, roughly. For our first hypercar race on Le Mans Ultimate. That will be at Circuit du Spa-Francorchamps for 1 hour. Then on Sunday at about 2 p.m. UK time, we have a 2.4-hour race at Le Mans, once again in the hypercar class. And then on Monday, around, I think it's by 8:30, 8:40, we will have a 45-minute race around Imola in the LMP2 class. So, yeah, that is going to be it. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Geeky, Cora, Kevin, and Vala a little earlier on for being around too. And of course, anyone else has been lurking throughout the stream. I will hopefully see you all tomorrow, or see as many of you, not just tomorrow, but throughout the weekend as we carry on for the next few races. Got quite a bit lined up. And yeah, maybe I'll see some of you on the oNiD channel tomorrow, as yeah, they start their endurance season for this year. But yeah, again, thank you everyone very much for watching. I hope you have all enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, until then, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.